Kasorkar menta kasni kalashim yakarai begitu gibale yak mining lease nagamta banti yakimar pokndo ye haban Siew pura bet nagamta gikot gisla kabalong katkum kajing betha jongka kashari umiti rangba kajlau konrat ki sangmau loong ba menchwa nagamta ki SC/ST ka mining lease lashim tang san 4% henre namar kajing betha jongka kashari yakane karai ka ba menchwa lapan thamai no bad baro gibale yak mining lease ki haban Siew Mardor Shiteng nakabaki de Siew Katba kabasapat ki haban Siew hapo kalai phui trek ubnai Lber mentau snem Ulaito bakasokar kanyo nong kumba arpunyo klur lada yo lot yak jing Siew Hak Jogopor Menteri Rangba ula pentebru baka kunun menteri kala Pynskhem ya ka raj ka sorkar ban Pynhiar ya ka dor jong ka khajna ka petrol bat diesel kabla shim hinin kasngi chucho ulaito baka sorkar kala menjeru ban Pynkalai ya ka Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act arjan rio par ban thungno ru ya ka kam junior engineer grade 1 civil hakatanat PhD kebadan top santli nagamta ban state kaching pentrai kam ya ka jal jivan mission.
As you are aware that there is the stamp duty on mining leases. There was a court order that came out that basically required the mining lease holders to pay 100% for the stamp duties against 50% which was initially thought as they the miners earlier the interpretation was that the mining lease falls under the instruments of conveyance. So if it falls under the instrument of conveyance, then scheduled tribe and scheduled caste need to only pay 50% of the stamp duty. But that is not the case, and the court has given order that mining lease stamp duty is not an instrument of conveyance, and that hence mining lease holders will have to pay 100% on the stamp duty. So therefore, this had to be regularized. So all the mining lease holders are being asked to immediately pay rest of the 50% for the mining lease. We are allowing them to pay half of it immediately and the rest of the half within 31st of March 2021. The revenue that we will be expecting to get from this 50% additional amount is about 27 crores. So my number of mining lease holders, that number is not with me right now. But that is the additional revenue that we will get from registration. Regarding the regularization of the decision that was made on reducing the taxes for petrol and diesel. So earlier we had done it with 2 rupees, and then later yesterday, if you recall, we had again revised the new tax rates for petrol and diesel. So both these decisions were regularized in the cabinet today. So this decision also was taken today in the cabinet. The fourth decision was to amend the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility Budget Management Act 2006. As you're aware, because of the COVID financial situation, the government of India has allowed all the states to borrow additional 2%, and accordingly the FRBM Act needs to be amended, and therefore an ordinance was passed in that regard to amend the FRBM Act to allow the state government to take 5% of the overall GDP as debt, which initially was at 3%. So from 3% to 5% now, which again, as I said, is the permission has been given to all the states, and this amendment is part of that decision. And the last approval in the cabinet was regarding appointment of junior engineers in grade 1 under 3F for PhD department. So as you're aware, the PhD department had conducted interviews, and about 40 engineers, I think, have been appointed. 45 junior engineers needed to be appointed. So this was done under 3F because there is an urgency to have additional manpower, and there's a shortage for the implementation of the Jylla mission. And as you're aware that for Meghalaya the target is 3 years, therefore we need the required manpower, and the procedure through MPSC could take more than a year to complete this. Therefore, in the emergency case, we have allowed 45 junior engineers to be appointed under 3F by the PhD department.